This next topic we're going to discuss has to do with the information and the knowledge that you have. There's three types of knowledge. There's the knowledge that you already have, but you may not be applying in the way that you should. So you already know what you know, but you may not always be using what you already know. The second type of knowledge is what you know already you don't know. In other words, there's a certain scope of information and knowledge that you could say, hey, I just don't know that. I don't know about business accounting all that well. I'm not that sure how to market a business. I don't know how to write an ad. I don't know how to sell very well. I don't see myself as a salesperson. I'm not really sure, how to do my taxes. Not real sure, how to hire people. That would be information that you could say, I already know what I don't know. Then there's a third type of knowledge, and that knowledge is what you don't know, you don't know. In other words, there's a whole body of knowledge that you're not even aware of, that you probably would benefit from knowing, and as a small business owner you need to know. At least the successful business owners already know, and that would be the information that you'll learn as you get into business, and sometimes the information that you learn comes too late. In other words, nobody knows everything there is to know about small business. And the process of learning generally is done after you've already committed to a business and you've borrowed money or you've invested your own resource. But the learning curve is quite steep. And it's what you don't know that can be the most detrimental to your business. And so that's why we're encouraging you to get the information, the knowledge base that you need, hopefully before you even start. Now, there'll be a certain amount of this information you won't realize how important it is until you're into business. But we're going to try to uncover some of those things that we know you should know that can become the most problematic, that can be the things that could take you out of the game too early. And business statistics would play out that a number of businesses simply can't stay in the game long enough to learn everything fast enough, and then they eventually go out of business. And we don't want that happening to you. In fact, we want to do everything to keep you in business and to help you be profitable sooner. So a big part of that is really you evaluating yourself and being honest with yourself and saying, what do I know that I can use to start and run a business now? And then what is it that I've kind of learned but haven't really been applying that I need to pull off the shelf and put into practice? And then there's the other part, what is it that I know I don't know? And that's the information you need to immediately be trying to get access to, get educated on, and beginning to develop your acumen. You need to know those things that you already don't know that are going to be important to lead to success. And then those areas where you don't even know what you don't know, those are actually the things that you really need to get exposed to more education on. So we're going to allow you to evaluate yourself because nobody knows what you know but you. And so we're going to actually give you an opportunity to take a survey. And the survey we've designed is fairly simple, it's fairly short, but we're going to let you pick from three different types of business industries, because you either are on the beginning end of thinking about being in business, or you already have an idea of the business you want to be in, or you may already be in a business. But there's really three kinds of businesses we're just going to give you a chance to kind of evaluate yourself on. The first one has to do with service businesses. Providing a service requires a different set of knowledge than a retail store, for instance. While the fundamentals are the same, many of the aspects of how those fundamentals will apply will be different in a service-based business than in a product-based business. And so that's one thing that you can evaluate yourself on. So if you're going to become let's say a consultant in a specific area of expertise that you have, you're going to be an attorney and you're going to practice law, you're going to be a real estate agent and you're going to provide the services of helping people buy and sell real estate, whether you're going to be an independent insurance agent and while that still is a product set, a big part of the service that you provide to insurance is customer service and those types of things. So an insurance company could be both a product sales company and a service-based company. The other type of business we want to let you evaluate your knowledge base on has to do with retail. Again, retail businesses where you're actually going to have a location potentially, and it could even be an online store where you're going to be selling products to customers, and you're going to need to have certain knowledge of the fundamentals and how they apply in a retail environment. Again, every business has its own nuances, but at the end of the day, those fundamentals are going to apply. It's just a matter of how do they apply and what body of knowledge do you need to run an effective retail store. And the third area is the type of business that would be in the food industry, like a restaurant. There's a lot of people who, when they think about going into business, they're thinking, wow, I want to open up a restaurant or I want to get in the food business. And I understand why, because everybody has to eat, and that's usually the rationale. We all go to restaurants and we all spend a lot of money in restaurants. So we all assume that there must be a lot of money in restaurants. Well, we may leave a lot of money behind in restaurants, but restaurants are notorious for being hard to operate profitably. And you can talk to any bank, and banks even don't even like loaning money to restaurants, and some won't loan money to restaurants simply because there's a lot of failure in restaurants, and there's some fundamental reasons why. And most of the time, the knowledge that's needed isn't how to create great food. Although that's important, the knowledge of the fundamentals of business come back into play again. Really good chefs open restaurants thinking that really good food will make them successful. Well, really good food might get them a great reputation as a chef, but really good food without business fundamentals and running the restaurant like a business is going to be something that's going to be very short-lived. So we're going to give you a chance to evaluate your knowledge base against the restaurant industry. Just some simple questions just to say, do I think like an entrepreneur? Do I think with business acumen? Or am I coming at it still with a limited knowledge base? Either way, we just want you to be honest. This isn't something we're going to take your grades and we're going to print them on the front of the business journal or anything. This is just really for you to be able to evaluate yourself honestly and say, what do I know? What don't I know? And what is it that I probably don't even know I don't know? And then you can decide from that point, what courses would I pursue? What are the areas that I really need to expand my knowledge base and my experience base in so that I can be as effective as possible as a leader of my business? So we invite you to take the survey now, and it'll grade you at the end and let you know whether you had a passing score or a failing score based on a number of criteria. So go ahead, good luck.